Ball is teed up. Joshua Carty to do the honors. And here we go from L.A. Return coming from the 6. And in the end,
and here we go from L.A. Return coming from the 6. You got some Barno. Send it back tight.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing right away. He'll get this to Jefferson. And this was brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Good offenses.
What's up, son?
Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel.
Playing my league game right now.
They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial.
I just started, so probably like an hour.
Work after.
First down, ball at the 36.
I'm sorry, son.
Up the middle. And they bring it
I'll hit you up when I'm done, though.
ran through him up to the 43.
All right, love you.
Good run, gets him 7.
Peace.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Running for the marker on 2nd. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
Okay, that's a quick hitter to the big guy, and that's what you normally expect to see out of it. Not a huge gain, just picking up a little bit before they stall him out.
Running back, motioning right. Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. And they bring him down around the 34.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice. It doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. He'll try to do it himself. And he moves the chains.
That's what I call a good old-fashioned willpower play. Who's got more will and who's got more power to move the man in front of them? Defense won that one.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Blown back to the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Connects on the crosser. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. Hits his running back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. Powering across for the touchdown. The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice weeks to get into
All right, you going to work?
even better than your Dutch.
All right, brother. How we going?
And you finish off and get the early lead.
Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Right again. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this
Okay,
play is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard.
Okay, that's...
Running it after the penalty. Hits a seam at the 40. Along the sideline inside the 25. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon and give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Wright has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
It's an LA touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams start off well to tie things 7-7. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. Nice. The ball is out. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 42. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They'll need something big here to start out. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Completed to his running back.
What the fuck?
Finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sense him out into one of those spots out wide.
The defenders are there to get him at the line. Stop made by Braden Fisk. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
They're going play action. Rolling out to his left. He can run it. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down around the 34. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Pierce up the middle. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And his perfect start.
Take your points.
That's the first one of his throws to wind
Take your
up.
points.
He was looking for T.J.
Take your points or lose the ball.
Brings up 4th and short.
He lost the ball,
There's
brother.
staying in phase as a defender.
I love that.
He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Now they send their back in motion right. Throw is caught by the back. Left the offense out there on fourth down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. The rookie out of Alabama, there on the tackle.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Looking to throw, McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Reichert.
Lead, bud.
Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Pass play now.
Oh, hell no. Come on, bro. Intentional ground, dude.
Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Third and long for him here. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll haul in this punt. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Has it downfield, working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. Working inside the red zone. This will be caught by Adams. And he's going to be taken down at the 8-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll try and punch it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Working quickly here. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Vikings looking to add to their advantage. They'll try again from the 4. It's second and goal. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grow their lead just before halftime. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give for Wright. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He's on the move. Throwing deep down the near side. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, great work by the defense there, Brock. Coverage keeping things tight downfield even as he extended the play. And as a result, they pick up the INT.
And the eyes were bigger than the stomach on that throw. It was as if he was committed to it right when he left the pocket. But if nothing opens up, okay for trying to make a throw, it simply isn't there.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Here's McCarthy to throw. Able to find Hawkinson. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down, ball at the 36. Throwing from the gun. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back to the air, McCarthy. He's got him, that's McMillan. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle, they showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route, and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Gets it to him on the screen. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the
What?
Well, we knew it, Brock. and now they know it too. That one was on their defense.
Bruh. What the fuck? I really didn't know how that's fucking passing the illegal contact.
First and goal.
They'll
run here following the penalty.
Blow his ass up, dude. That's crazy. Legal fucking contact. Come on.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
The fuck was that shit?
Minnesota spends its second time out here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Pierce. And he's in for the touchdown. Vikings get 4 points to end a lopsided first half.
Fucking God.
It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, bro.
Inactive ass fucking league. I don't know. 3 fucking.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so first and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Looking to throw. He's loaded another one up. Brought in inside the 20. To the house. Touchdown, LA. The Rams chop some of the lead off before the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. You gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find payback.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. He's going to push one deep down the road into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. And the Rams do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Stewart with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. in center with right. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Now, a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter first down. Now a run with right. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They run again with right. Give them 3 on that game. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
You know what I liked about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down. But you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They go play action on first. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Setting up a throw. Finds a seam down the middle. Hits the 20. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams cutting to the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return starts at the 9.
Chill out. Dude, shut the fuck up. Shit. What up, Brody? I'm in the middle of okay. I'm streaming.
The 33 for first down.
Yeah, I'll hit you up whenever I'm done.
McCarthy.
All right. Yeah, it did, didn't it? All right, look. Had to grab the chairs again.
When you see play action,
You're welcome.
you can get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets
Oh, you got jokes.
before the defender can cover him.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first
Dude,
down.
I'm trying to kill this dude, and I can't.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. This one falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He'll dump this one off to his running back. Complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
Yeah.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Went to the old well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future. They had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams tie us up 28-all. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the back. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out.
Got killed, baby. That nigga died.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first
Woo!
down, second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever.
Oh, Quentin Lake crushed him.
And that's what the offense does to the defense.
Let's go, Lake.
Throwing out to the left. Cut. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Complete right side to Washington. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Jair Alexander with the stop.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. This is Wright running left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams parlay the turnover into a lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Completed to his running back. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They're going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh, boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one. Softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They'll try and throw it here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase on the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to the air here. Escapes the pocket. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
The Rams are set to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And this gets all the way down inside the 5. The officials blow it dead at the 4-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he's going to throw.
Ah, saw it. Come on, baby.
Instead, it's incomplete. Defender
Oh, fuck.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They're now set for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. On the move, headed right. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back with a pick 6. Throwing it to depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Pressure off left, and it's blocked!
I could feel the anger all the way up here, Kate. They did not like giving up the big play, the lengthy touchdown, and they decided to release a little bit of that frustration via the special teams. That juice, that energy, you could feel it. It overwhelmed there and led to the block.
After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying again after the pick. McCarthy. That one's complete right side.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with a running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
In a good spot here. 2nd and inches. McCarthy to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Hits his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Back to the air, McCarthy. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You really want those those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now McCarthy. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Offense in the hurry up here. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Rams get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They run it from the gun with Wright. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Throwing on third and long. All the left side. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Here's a give inside to Wright. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
He lets one fly deep downfield. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Now Wright. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Running it with Wright. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Boom.
Timeout
You
taken
okay?
by the defense. Their second. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. He'll throw it. Rolling left, buying some time. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time to secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away. Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the fourth, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Chased out to his right. And after some relocating there, Brock, they track him down away from the pocket. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down, too. Excellent work. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
2-minute warnings there to help him, but still need 2 scores and just have that lone timeout left. Forced out to his right. Hit some space around midfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. McCarthy throwing here. He'll get this one to Adams. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Vikings out of the hurry-up need everyone back to the line. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Hockenson reels it in. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Oh, nearly got to the end zone there. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. They'll send him up the middle. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Now to throw. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Throwing now. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Rams, as he records his 7th interception of the season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off. This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. He's down to a knee, and the Rams getting ready to celebrate this win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot. And now you can enjoy the victory.
Try to remember
so make a check in that win column for the Rams. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work. And really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side
Sorry.
better clip than the other.
I got you, baby. I won't like it.
So for my partner Brock Hewitt and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.
See it. I ain't the Jihad went crazy, dog. Golly. Damn. All his interceptions came against me? Oh, shit. JJ McCarthy out here balling. Let's go.